Okay, so it's been 2 years that I stuck to one trading strategy. I learned one strategy and I decided to put it to test with prop firms. Okay, so this is my account with a prop firm known as Good Funded Trader, and with this firm, I've so far had five accounts with them, three funded accounts, and I passed zero accounts though. So some of the accounts that I have are instant accounts, and well, that's one of them. One is an instant account. That's the 1K account, obviously, that is over here. The way I traded this, it was pretty good, but I hit their daily drawdown, but I had made profit, as you can see, somewhere around here. I'd made profit. That was the profit that I'd made, but it just so happened that one day I I violated their daily drawdown rule, and it just led me to losing this account. Okay, so that was some time back. I don't know whether you can see where I started from. Oh yeah, right here. Let me just move this. Okay, it doesn't matter. All right. So it started in January, 6th January 2026. That's this. Is it this year? Then yeah, it didn't go so far. Okay. Now, the account that I have been really putting most of my attention towards was or is this $5,000 account. So the test that I decided to put myself to was that if my strategy works, then it should be able to grow an account no matter the size. Now, I decided to put the strategy to test with the smallest account size that is usually given uh, that is usually given to traders by multiple prop firms, and that's the $5,000. There are some prop firms that offer lower than this, true, but I think 5,000 is it's a very good number to start with. It's very affordable, and literally anybody that is a trader can afford this. Okay, anybody can do this. So I was like, I first did a lot of research on how everything is, or like how everything works, right? I saw multiple traders saying that your first prop funds you need to buy, let's say, five accounts, then you trade two at a go, right? Then you're buying this one, you're selling this one, or or like you get two, then you first trade this one, and if at all it fails, you do another one, then just it was weird. Okay, long story short, it was weird. Okay, but then I was like, how can I create a system? How can I create a system that passes performs with this strategy that I'm using? And well, that's what I'm going through right now. So right now, it's the phase that I'm going through is one that is about building the knowledge that is required to pass these accounts without gambling, because most of the time these trading influencers tell you to just get an account from a random prop firm, right? Then wait for news, then place in a trade before the news happens. Then whatever happens. You blow it, you pass it, then you go to phase two. But that is not repeatable. That's not a system. That's not trading profitably. That's just gambling, flat out gambling. So currently, the thing was actually about to get passed. Currently, it's in drawdown, of course. But before, as you can see, this is how the account started. Like before, it started. Oh, it was just a freaking. It started here in 24th April 2025. That's why I was like, I've, I've traded this thing for 2 years and it's not yet passed. Why? I'm sticking to the thing of whereby I risk 0. I usually risk 0.5 per trade. Okay, so I usually go 0.5, 1% of the account, like in terms of risk per day. I never ever exceed that. But so the first thing that happened to me was I first went into drawdown for almost the whole year of 2025. As you can see, this chart. I don't know if I can. I wish I could make it bigger, but I can't. But yeah, as you can see this, right? So the whole of 2025, I was in drawdown. So every trade that I would take was just leading to this. There were trades that I would take, obviously, that would kind of like uh, put me back a little bit into profit, but I was still draw down. I sat back down with my strategy. Then I reevaluated myself, and right around here in December, coming into 2026, 2026 was so great. I remember that month of January. I thought I was going to pass this thing, and actually, what just happened was that right around here in the month of Feb, right? That's where everything started to go sideways, and we are currently here on 10th January 2026 and 10th June 2026, and we are here. We are trying to pass this goddamn account, okay? Damn, stuck here, okay? It's frustrating, yes, but there's some metrics that I wanted to show you guys. There's some stats that I wanted to show you that that still show that there is potential with this thing, right? So this is the basic curve, okay, of how everything was moving. Like, so it was draw down, then boom, up. So right now we are in this phase of draw down, but obviously we are still good. We're still good. All we need is to reevaluate one more time, and you know how the charts move. So this just looks like a high. It's an inverse head and shoulders actually. So we just need to reevaluate everything and we create another break this up in terms of equity. You know what I mean? All right. There was yeah. Hold on. There was yeah. There. I want to just show you guys this graphic views of how everything has been moving. Like, so the thing about my trades, they've had more losses. I've had more losses than wins with my trades. Okay, and that's the problem. The losses have been really controlled, as you can see. They have been really controlled, and I've and where I was profitable, I really maximized the opportunity. But just that I've had more losses than the wins. That's why these little losses, though they're little, given the fact that there are many, the frequency of their occurrence has been a lot. So that has led to me losing, failing to pass this perform in time. Like, let's say how, like in like a week or so, like how these other guys do it. The guys who can pass these things in like a week, but but then again, the amount of accounts that they blow to get to that one account that they pass, like it's huge. And imagine this: I've been with one account. It's now coming to the second year. Sorry, the second year, yes, and I've only had one account. One $5,000 account. It's not even a $50,000 account. It's not a $100,000 account. But my thing is that if at all, I can learn the numbers of a small account. Yeah. It's not even about the account size. It's about the percentage, the percentage risk, the percentage of risk exposure that I'm allowing my account to be subjected to. And if at all I can understand the metrics of the what do we call it, the metrics of these numbers, the wins and the losses. If at all I can learn how to control these losses, whereby I instead of having many losses, I have many wins. Then it doesn't matter the account size. It doesn't matter the account size. All I have to do is just change the lot size, and everything will be golden. I'll be able to grow any account size. So most of the time with these prep firms just flaunt how they can give you all these large amounts of money, but and then that's really what hooks traders. So traders get hooked by the large numbers, but that's not what makes the money. What makes the money is how you manage your trades, how you manage these metrics, you get your equity curve from looking like this to looking profitable. So whereby you're having less of the red and more of the greens. All right. So the winning performance. Let's take a look at this thing right here. All right. The winning performance has I've had a total of $1,900. I've had 42 winning trades. The average daily volume has been 0.05. Average winning trade has been $46. Remember, this is a $5,000 account. Trader commissions is 0.0, of course, because it's just a demo account, really. Mass consecutive wins has been 5. All right, and that's probably the month of January that was this year, 2026. All right, so then the loss performance. Whoa, we've had more losses than the other. So as you can see, the total P&L. So the loss has been $1,000. So it's literally double. It's literally double my profit. All right, I've had a total of 109 losing trades, but the average losing trade has been $19. Okay, so here average winning trade has been $40. Average losing trade has been $19. Average daily volume 0.05. Max consecutive losses has been 13. So this is the problem right here. Okay, I've had more consecutive losses than consecutive wins. I've had bigger losses in terms of the numbers, obviously, and that's contributed by the number of losing trades that I've experienced. All right, and the average winning rate has been 27. It's not even 50, but I still have the account though. And even if it was a $50,000 account, I know I would have still had this account, that account. Sorry, I would have still had that account still. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you don't need to have like a 100% win rate to keep an account. The thing about keeping an account is about it comes down to managing your risk, of course, and having less of the reds. But yeah, even if you have more a lot of reds like this, yeah, a lot of losing trades, as long as you manage them, and you say that I'm not losing more than $20 per trade that I take, as long as you keep that discipline. Obviously, the winning trades will come, and all it takes is just 1 or 2, 3, 5 consecutive trades to take you and elevate you and take you out of the bad situation that you're in. All right. So with this, a 27 win rate has allowed me to remain at break even. So now all I need to do is to find a way of reducing these losses, or I have to go back and study each or a group, an average of, like, I don't know how many trades these are. Well, they are 100 something. So I could study a group of like 50 of these trades right? And understand what went wrong in terms of the technical analysis and everything, in terms of what went wrong, what was it your USD that led me to get to lose out in this whatever, what happened. So this is the technicals are what I need to fix on my end to get a better win rate. So by the time I get to like 40% win rate, I believe this account will be passed. And every other account that I will get right after that will be passed. I've had so far I've traded with multiple prop firms, but I've never traded as consistently as I have with this account. Like with one trading strategy, like yeah, this is the first time that I do this, and I wanted to document this whole journey. Right? Of course I've been flipping accounts, but flipping an account is not consistency. It's not really consistency. It's kind of like revolved around luck, and it just gives you false confidence. You know what I mean? So what I want to do is to build actual data that can back me up so that I can understand my strategy better. So we move from gambling and we get to money management, proper money management, proper risk management, and proper account growth. Because this is how we build wealth with the little amount of money that we could have at the moment. Okay, so I'm having zero consistency. I don't know what this is about really. Average win, of course, we've seen that. Performance per hour, UTC. We'll get into that later. Weekly performance. Monday was that. Tuesday. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Trades, losses, of course, we saw this. Break even. I've not had any break even trade on this account, but of course, I've had that on some other accounts. So, okay, long and short trades. Wins. The top winners have been 42 trades. The best winning trade has been $409, and I remember this was a Bitcoin trade. The average win, like across all the 42 trades, has been $46. Average win duration, so for how long I hold the trade, that's been 40. Average win duration 41 hours and 55 minutes. I don't know whether I think this might be for all of these trades. So average win streak, that has been 2. Max win streak has been 5. Okay, then the losses. Total losses have been 109. The worst loss has been $99. I don't know. Maybe this was gold. I think this was gold. The average loss has been $19 across all the 100 trades. So average loss duration has been 5 hours and 11 minutes. Average lose streak has been 3. Max loss streak has been 13. All right. So then the recent trades, we have USDJPY. We have. Should we get into that? I don't know. It doesn't matter. The pair distribution. So it turns out. Yeah, this is the trade that I was talking about. This was that trade that actually took me out to drawdown. You see, I was in drawdown for 1 year, literally, like the whole of 2025 from the time I got this account. Then all it took was just one trade, and that was in January. One trade, and that was a Bitcoin trade. And it took me out of that drawdown for for a full year. Granted, this is just the evaluation phase. It's just freaking phase 1. We have phase 2. Oh my god! But I believe by the time I get to phase 2, I would have got this shit done, and I believe phase 2 should take less time than it is to get me to do this. But just that I'm collecting data with this, so I'm kind of being more surgical with everything. I could easily pump up the lot sizes and just get out of this predicament. But then there's a downside to that. There are higher chances that you could just, but the moment you just increase your lot size, you just blow everything. So who wants to do that? I could do it, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Okay, let's stay consistent. All right. Daily net and blah blah blah. Oh yeah, best month was $400. Worst month was 170. Best day profit. This was the combination of a Bitcoin trade and some other trade that I had on this day. I remember that day. Ooh, felt good after you're feeling like shit with this one account. I had some other accounts that weren't perfect, but it's not the same feeling, you know. Then we have here the trade performance. Yeah, we've seen all that. Yeah, so this is just like is this a histogram? No, this is it is a histogram showing stuff that we've already gone through. All right, okay. So the top 10 symbols that I've been trading with this account. Maybe that's another thing that I need to do. I need to also become more surgical with the trades that I take. Anyway, I've traded more of of gold, and we've had USDJPY, we've had Euro USD, we've had for Bitcoin, we've had GBP, USD, AUD, USD, CAD, JPY, and USD CAD. And as you can see now, the performance per symbol. All right. So it turns out gold has given me most of my losses. All right, that's $624. But before jump to conclusions, there is something about gold as well that I saw. So the reason why I have gold as my top symbol was simply because I decided to put myself to the test to learn the hardest pair that most traders are afraid of, because what most traders are afraid of on the other side, there is more. How can I put it? There's more potential to make the most once you have it down. Okay, and that's the thing. So anyway, we have USDJPY coming in next, and it was good. It was green, and then we had Bitcoin giving me the other massive profit that I got. Okay, it's getting to 30 minutes. Okay, we have the summaries. Yes, and I want gold more so. So this is what I was talking about. Okay, so even though gold gave me the most losses, right? At the same time, gold again gave me $900, right? So there were the losses over here that were huge. There were many, given the fact that I was trading it much more frequently, right? I got subjected to more hits over time. But if at all I was able to cut the losses to, like, or maybe if at all I was able to realize the losses earlier, right, per trade, like I would have made close to $1,000, and of which, to pass this account, you just need $500 to be made in profit. But as you can see, the numbers are over here. I've made, in terms of the trades that I've made there, I've had a trade that was worth $100. I had a trade that was worth $500. No, actually, yeah, I've had a trade that I have a trade with this pair that gave me like 900. I have had okay, no, this represents the money that I've pulled from each pair. So for USD, for the time I traded it, I pulled out $19. Here, Euro USD, I pulled out $178. Here with Bitcoin, I was able to pull out $510 from this pair. And guess what? With Bitcoin, I traded it like very little. But then with those few times that I traded it, I was able to pull out a freaking full $500. Okay? Gold, I was able to pull out $900. So if at all I was actually putting these winning trades, just winning trades, if at all I had, if at all I had already figured out how to sieve out the winning trades before even they happen, and I applied them to another account, I would have had, like, let's say over $1,000 in what? In profit. Okay, that's when we have excluded the losing trades before they even happen. So that's the thing that I'm missing at the moment right now. So at the moment, I'm a break-even trader with this account in particular, but this just goes to show you that there is so much potential right here. Even if we're in drawdown, there is just so much potential right over here. All right. So here the summary session or best session has been New York session, because that's where I was trading gold most of the time. But again, it's also the same session that is responsible for the biggest loss number. Granted, right over here, actually, if at all you could subtract the profit from the loss, we're in profit with this session. So what does that mean? There are other sessions but then again, we still are in some other sessions that pump up the numbers of the losses. Okay. Yeah. London and New York, they're good. It's just that our profits are not big enough. We need to have. I need to figure out a way of making my profits bigger than my losses. Even if I get fewer winning trades, I still should find a way to maximize them in order to pull out the most out of them, even if they don't happen so much often. Yeah, so this is the account that I've been trading all this time. The other account was another $5,000 account, but yeah, this started right after I purchased this one, but this right over here was the one that I decided to become more serious on. The moment I just blew this one, it just went to dust. Well, there was a time where it was about, I was in profit, like 80 something dollars. I remember it was like $100 actually, but anyway, it just went to crap. So then I was like, you know what, let's take this stuff more seriously. As you can see here, the average, what was my rate? And if I can show you that. So the account that I completely shattered. The win rate isn't any different from the other account. But just that, with the other account, we managed the losses better. Here, the biggest loss, the worst loss again was 99. Really. Now this is it. No, hold on. Here. I don't know if they can allow me to access this stuff. Yeah, okay. Good. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They're not showing me. They're not showing me this because these metrics are for the other account that we're from viewing, the one that we are currently having that we're having open. I think they're not. I think they shelved that the information of these other failed accounts, so we won't be able to see those. But yeah, these are just competition accounts that sometimes platforms give out these competition accounts per month, so you can get into the challenge, then you trade. But I wasn't able to trade these accounts because they were on MetaTrader, and I prefer using MetaTrader 5 when it comes to trading. That's just how I like to do it. All right, I like MT5 more. This was the 1K. The 1K we have made like $100 something. But of course, the most. So the reason why actually I lost this account was simply because I was trying to beat this trading day rule. I wanted to get to 3 out of 3 in order to request for a payout. Okay, but I tried to contact the support team, and they were telling me no, you need to pass. You need to get to the 3 day, not the 3 day trading days, and you satisfy that rule. And the thing is, for that, for a day to be counted as a day, you needed to make about, is it 30% of the account? So I needed to basically make like $30 above on another given day in order for that day to get qualified as a trading day. But of course, it didn't happen. So what what ended up happening was price went into loss, then went into profit, and that time where I did that dip, well, and went up, I didn't know that they were counting this stuff, the drawdown based off of the equity. No way, is it the equity? I meant the balance. So that little thing right there, I lost out of that. But you know what, man? It doesn't matter. We gonna keep going. So I'm gonna do some quick analysis, and yeah, that's it for now.